What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV. So before I get into this video, I want to give a big shout out to Elijah, longtime subscriber with the $100 donation via the Cash App. Much respect to him for showing love. Big love to Too Raw for TV, aka Too Raw for Sports. Salute to you, longtime subscriber, big time Golden State Warrior fan. Been rocking with me since 2015. Salute to you for showing love. And if you want to show love to the channel, if you choose to, you can do so. The links in the description box below via the PayPal or the Cash App. You can also find those links in the All My Links option in the description box. So I know some people want me to talk about this with Noah Lyles. I really wasn't familiar with this guy, but supposedly Noah Lyles, I think he's a track and field athlete, and he finds an issue with the NBA referring to their champions as world champions. So let me see something right quick. Like I said, I really haven't looked too much into this. I saw what he said, but I'm not familiar. Let me see something. So Noah Lyles is an American sprinter. All right, so he's from here, but he had an issue with the term world champion being used in the NBA by their champions, if I'm not mistaken. Someone can correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe that's the issue that he has, being that basketball is now international. Saying that it's not an international championship, blah, 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 blah. So how can you call them the world champions when it doesn't encompass all players? You're not playing against other teams in the NBA. And Giannis agreed with him. Giannis Antetokounmpo agreed with him, saying that, pretty much the same deal, that, the NBA players are not playing against other teams. You know what I'm saying? So, I don't have the exact quote, but that's pretty much what was said by both men. See if I can pull it up. I don't want to get what he said exactly. At least Giannis. Yeah, so Giannis on Noah Lyles' side in world champion debate. So much backlash for saying the obvious. And Giannis is on Noah Lyles' side. The NBA champions should not be called world champions, according to 2021 NBA Finals MVP. Lyles, an American sprinter, made this point on August 25th after winning the men's 100 and 200 meter world titles in Budapest, Hungary, drawing the ire of Kevin Durant, Draymond Green, Dame Lillard, Devin Booker, Aaron Gordon, Bam, DeAndre, whatever, all the motherfucking players. Giannis said during appearance on 48 Minutes, he received so much backlash for saying the obvious. And this is a podcast hosted by Bucks assistant coach Ross Geiger. I wanted to back him up so bad. He received so much backlash for saying the obvious, but I think some people don't understand it. I think it's, I don't know, maybe it's like, sorry, how can I say this politely? Maybe it's just like an arrogance thing, I don't think in any other sport you are called the world champions. In soccer, which is way bigger than the NBA, more popular than the NBA, when they win the Champions League, they say you are the UEFA Champions League champions, or whatever the case might be. They don't say the world champions. When they win the World Cup, they play against the USA team. They play against the teams around the world, countries around the world. Then they say you're the world champs. But in the NBA, you say they're the world champs. For me, I think Manu Ginobili said the best. I don't know if he ever, maybe I should not be saying this, but I don't know if he ever went public. He said that because they won in 2006, Argentina won the World Cup. I'm the world champ. You guys are the NBA champs, but I'm the world champ. because I went and beat the Greek team that had beat the USA team the prior game. I beat the Spanish team. I beat the Brazilian team, so I'm the world champ. I agree. At the end of the day, in order for you to be the world champ, you have to beat the world. I understand the NBA is the best league in the world, and the talent in the NBA is the best that they'll ever see in your life. It's not even close. The best league in the world. But we cannot say you are the world champ because you play in the best league in the world. See, that's the thing about what Giannis is saying, right? I get where they're going. I get their argument. I do. I get what they're saying. But he just, to me, fucked up his audience the last thing he just said. His argument. He contradicted his argument at the end. See, what he's saying is, and I know why he's saying that, because Giannis is from Greece, right? He's not from here. So he's seeing things, even though he lives here, he's seeing things as a guy born outside the United States. And I guess if I, move to Switzerland or some shit, and, they call themselves world champions, and they didn't play our American team or something, I would feel the same way. I get what he's saying, because you say, look, man, the rest of the world is caught up with the NBA and world competition. The United States has to really bring their A game to win. Other teams are more competitive, beating the Americans a lot more often, or being more competitive. I get all of that. But he just said the NBA has the best collection of talent in the world. It's not even close. When you send the best players out in the NBA, they dominate. It's only when, they send out their bullshit team, or the stars really ain't playing, and it's like sea level, that it's more competitive, and sometimes they lose, right? So, in essence, Giannis, world champions, because the best players in the world, Craig, not just the city, not just the state, not just the country, the world, Craig, come to the NBA. Now, I will say that the best players in the NBA, a lot of them are from overseas, but they're in the NBA. It's interesting that, and it has to be said, nobody wants to say this out loud. It's interesting that some guys like Vlade Divac and Tony Kukoc, right, when they're playing overseas, they look like superstars. But when it comes to the NBA, they're good, but they're not putting up 25, 27, 30 points a game like they did over there. Even Drago, Petro, right? The late, great Drazen Petrovic. Now, he was an all-star over here, putting up 20, 22 points a game, right? Probably going to get better. But he won't putting up 36, 37 like he did over in Europe. Hell, even the man that LeBron's now chasing again, it'll be another chase, Oscar Schmidt. He never played in the NBA, but do we really think he'd have been putting up 30-something points or scoring 80 points in the NBA? Of course not. Because the NBA is on a different level. So, I don't have a problem with the NBA calling themselves world champions. I mean, haven't we really been hearing that term since the beginning anyway? I could have sworn I've been hearing them say world champions since at least the 50s. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe they didn't used to say world champion, but I'm thinking in my mind, maybe it might be some Mandela effect shit, but I could have sworn when Bill Russell them was winning titles, even maybe before Bill Russell, they were saying them the world champions. not just NBA champions. So, yeah, in this scenario, to be honest, I don't agree with you, bro. And by the way, Giannis is pissing me off for all this fucking talk about, what the fucking Bucks need to do and do this and do that. Man, the Bucks would, first of all, if the Bucks didn't have two of your punk ass brothers on the fucking goddamn team, two sorry ass guys taking up roster spots, maybe the team would be better. You're starting to turn into a little bit of a fucking diva, bro. You're starting to turn into a little bit of a diva. Giannis used to be quiet. Giannis used to go about and do his business. Now Giannis starting to do that yapping shit, man. I mean, to a certain extent, that's good, man. To talk shit when it's due, when it's warranted. But just be yapping and yapping, man. Don't turn to that dude, bro. I'm telling you, man, it'll be my worst nightmare if this motherfucker turned to LeBron James or worse. Oh my God, this nigga turned to this dude, man. I'm done. But anyway, that's all I got to say about it. Tell me what you guys think.